Should you buy now or wait it out? It's the million-dollar question. I mean, quite literally. With mortgage rates still high and plenty of talk about potential price drops, you're probably thinking, should I just sit tight? But what if waiting isn't as safe as it seems? Or, on the flip side, what if buying now locks you into a losing game? Maybe you've heard that prices could keep falling or that rates might drop next year. But then again, what if they don't? What if the market moves faster than expected? And what if you miss your window? We're caught between two worlds, one where waiting could save you thousands and another where it could cost you much, much more. So imagine this. You wait for prices to dip a little further, only to find yourself competing against a rush of buyers when rates finally drop a little bit further. Or worse, you buy now and prices dip for just long enough to make you second guess everything. It's a tough call, and that's exactly why we need to break it all down. Today, we're diving deep into both sides of the debate. The reasons why waiting could pay off, but also why it might backfire. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which path makes the most sense for you. Whether it's time to act now or hold your ground a little bit longer. So let's break it down. The first reason why many people wait is the belief that prices will drop dramatically. And sure, that's happened in the past, at least sometimes. In markets like Toronto, we've seen corrections, but dramatic drops are often rare and short-lived. Even when prices dip, they tend to bounce back, relatively quickly. So if we all remember 2008, we had a brief dip and then a steady climb. 2017, a slight correction, and prices resumed their upward trend. Even during the pandemic, early 2020, things dipped. By 2021, things were wild and crazy again. Now, one of the main reasons why we even see these price drops is often due to high mortgage rates. When rates rise, affordability drops, demand softens, and that can put downward pressure on prices. So it makes sense to think that if I wait for prices to drop, I can jump in when rates go down. But there's more to it than that. So when mortgage rates are high, and they're still quite high right now, fewer people can afford to buy, which can lead to price drops. But here's the kicker. When those rates finally drop, the market usually starts to heat up again. Buyers start to trickle back in and then flood in all at once, and prices often start to climb. So waiting for rates to come down might mean you end up paying a higher price for the property. It's a real tricky balance. And that brings us to the next challenge, timing those mortgage rate drops. Because if you've been waiting for the ideal low rate environment, you might be in for a surprise. Even seasoned investors find it nearly impossible to time the market just right. Rates are influenced by global economics, policy changes, inflations, and a whole host of factors that are tough to predict. You might think you're waiting for the bottom, but by the time you realize it's here, it could already be too late. So waiting for that perfect storm of low prices and low rates might be a longer wait than you think, and one that could come with unexpected twists. Now let's talk about what the market looks like right now and where it could be headed. So, are the tides turning? We've talked about the logic behind waiting, but now let's look at where we're at in the market today. Listing inventory is at the highest level we've seen in decades. Buyers have a lot more options and sellers are facing more competition. It's a shift we haven't seen in years. Just recently, the Bank of Canada announced yet another rate drop, signaling a potential easing in the economic pressures that have kept rates high. They've also signaled that there likely are some more drops on the way. But that's not all. Major banks are gearing up for what's being called a rate war, with lenders competing to offer the lowest mortgage rates possible. So, what does this all mean? The tides are starting to change. More inventory, dropping rates, and increased competition among lenders. Could this be where we see a pivot in the market? Is this the moment buyers have been waiting for? But before you rush in, let's take a step back and consider why some buyers might still choose to wait. So even with all these positive signs, there are still valid reasons why someone might choose to wait. Maybe your personal finances aren't quite where they need to be. If you're dealing with high debt, an unstable job situation, or lack of savings, jumping into the market right now might not be the best move. And let's not forget about the psychological aspect. If you're someone who needs more time to feel confident in your decisions, waiting might give you the peace of mind you need. After all, buying a home is one of the biggest financial commitments you make. You're not just buying a pair of jeans. But with all that said, let's explore why, despite these reasons, now might actually be the right time for you to make your move. So, why might now be the time to act? Consider the current market conditions we just discussed. High inventory, dropping rates, and banks competing to offer the best mortgage deals. This combination could create a unique window of opportunity. If you're in a stable financial position and have been waiting for the right moment, this could be it. More inventory means more choices and potentially more negotiating power. And as rates drop, you can lock in a favorable deal before the market heats up again. And remember, if rates continue to drop, you always have the option to refinance in the future. This way, if you can secure a property now and potentially lower your costs later, it's a strategy that could put you ahead of the curve while others are still waiting. So if you're wondering if this is the right time for you, let's talk. Quick conversation can help you decide if now is the right moment to make your move. So what's the verdict? While there are valid reasons to wait, the current market condition suggests that the window of opportunity might be right now. Timing isn't about finding the perfect moment, it's about making the right move for you. If you're still on the fence, make sure you tune into our State of the Market update. We'll give you a comprehensive overview of where Toronto's numbers are sitting and dive into the numbers for the more affordable, under-the-radar neighborhoods in the city. So as always, like, comment, and share your thoughts. And if you're ready to strategize, let's connect and find out if right now is the time for you.